Kurinji Senior Secondary School, CBSE, Namakkal.
Successful result producing school in state every year.
Administered by the Board of Directors with over 35 years of experience in the teaching field.
Special attention on art, craft, music, dance, silambam, yoga, skating and karate.
Focus on Hindi Sabha and Spell Bee Olympiad exams.
Smart class for effective and innovative learning and well-furnished library.
Solitary importance on sports and games in state and national level.
WhatsApp facilities to know activities of students and school inside the campus.
NEET, JEE, IIT coaching experts from Rajasthan and Andhra Pradesh along with our effective teachers.
Admission registration for classes LKG to +2.
Kurinji Educational Institution, Kavetipatti, Namakkal. Admission in progress. CBSE, KG to 12, contact 9025895176. Metric 6 to 12, contact 9344567484. For online admission, log on to www.kurinjischoolnkl.in.
Students, now in this video we are discussing NEET examination preparation point of view. So we are discussing structure of anther. Which one? Structure of anther there. So in previous video we started to discuss the transfer section of one particular anther. If you see there are 4 layers are present. So epidermis, endothelium and middle layers and tapetum likewise we see so that particular information only exclusively we are discussing in this video. So now let us start to discuss. Now first layer epidermis. It is definitely we know very well epidermis that will be outermost protecting layer now. So that is the information. So it is outermost layer of anther. Epidermis is outermost layer of anther. It is single celled thick layer. Outermost protecting layer no. So epidermis and it is single celled thick layer. So definitely it will be single celled thick layer. Helps in protection and it forms the outermost protecting layer. So all these points we know very well, we can find out also, right? Next, the second one point of view here, few important bits are there. Endothelium we will be calling by one more name, fibrous layer. Fibrous layer, it is present below the epidermis. Second layer no, it is endothelium, definitely it must be below the epidermis. Next one, the outer wall of these cells remain thin. So means here what are the cells are there? Outer wall of these cells, outer walls means suppose if the cells are there outer walls of these cells remain thin and inner walls. Inner walls are and radial walls means inner walls and radial walls definitely will be in become thick, but inner wall is thin, outer walls are remain thin and inner walls radial walls. Suppose one particular cell is there means, so like suppose if the cell one box if you draw means upper layer will be there adi will be thin and down layer and pakkathali side by side around two like poles mother two lines will be there those layers we will be calling as radial walls So inner walls and radial walls will be thick and outer wall mattum will be thin. So see there how much deep information they have given due to thickening of the alpha cellulose fibers. Okay, so sir, why sir this kind of means so here the outer layer is thin and inner walls and the radial walls become thick. Why sir means due to the thickening and thickness due to the thickness of which one alpha cellulose fibers. So because of the presence of alpha cellulose fibers, so this kind of appearance we are studying. Next one, callous bands are present along with the radial walls. So means here there is some kind of callous walls or the callous bands. Okay, callous bands are also present along with the radial walls. Okay, this particular point also you try to remember. Next one, at some places callous bands and fibrous thickenings are absent. Means here, sir, if you take this particular endothelium, in all cells definitely we can observe the presence of callous bands and fibrous thickenings. Sir means no, at some places only. So here callous bands and fibrous thickenings are absent. So these places, so where the callose bonds and fibrous thickenings are absent, these places we will be calling as stomium. Emma means where the callose bands and the thickening walls are absent. So those particular places we will be taking as stomium. So then now what is the use of this stomium? No problem. So this point we have discussed already. Now what is the use of this stomium? Means helps in dehiscence of anther takes place only from these places. So means even though entire anther is there, the transfer section of anther, if you see there now there, so lot of layers are there, but here stomium means this particular stomium helps in the dehiscence of anthers. So dehiscence of anthers, that particular process definitely takes place only in the presence of or in the place of where stomium. So stomium. Next one you see there, middle layers. So here the middle layers point of view, what are the main important points? Consist of, these middle layers consist of parenchymatous cells. Parenchymatous cells, and this layer is 1 to 3 celled thick structure. So means 1 cell to 3 cells thickenings. So means 1, 2, 3 likewise 1 to 3 layered cells thickness we can observe here. And here one important point, what is the point here we have to discuss now? That point, these middle layers are parenchymatous. These middle layers are parenchymatous and 1 to 3 layers are there now. And these middle layers stores the food materials. One point you try to say. Actually here tapetum we have been taken as nutritive tissue. No? So here one interesting point is there. So in the middle layers we are observing the presence of a parenchymatous cells. No? These parenchymatous cells only first of all like food storage. So food storage process takes place in these parenchymatous cells. This particular point you try to say. Later this middle layers or this middle layer is ephemeral. Ephemeral anna is the important point from our subject point of view. Ephemeral means short lived in nature. Appadina seekrama degenerate avum. And absent in means and absent in adi yarana is the entire middle layer and absent in matured anther. In matured anther we could not see the presence of middle layers. So once you see there, middle layers made up of parenchymatous cells and 1 to 3 layered thickness we can observe. Next one, these middle layers are epimerals. Epimerals means short lived only now. So that's why here these middle layers stores the food materials, and these epimerals or these middle layers are epimerals, short lived in nature, and these middle layers are absent in matured anther. So thereby here one interesting point, what is the point? No, here we will be finding that particular interesting point we will find in tapetum. So once I will complete this tapetum now, at the time I will focus on that particular important bit. Once you see tapetum, innermost layer which acts as a nutritive tissue. Tapetum we know very well, definitely that particular tapetum is nutritive tissue we have seen. So now this one also means this is a layer, single layered thickness, like how this particular epidermis is a single layered in thickness, no, single layered thickness. Likewise here also this tapetum cells also how it will be single layered thickness. Now the cells of this tapetum are initially diploid. One more time, once you see that the cells of this one are, the cells of these tapetum cells are initially diploid, but they become polyploid and multinucleate due to endomitosis. So means one more time, once you see that the cells of the tapetum are initially diploid. Normal stages or initially the tapetum cells are diploid, but they become polyploid. Polyploid means like diploid, tetraploid, hexaploid. Likewise we will be studying now. So likewise polyploid condition means more than 2 sets of chromosomes suppose are there means, so such kind of ploidy we will be taking as polyploid condition and multinucleate condition. multinucleate condition, and multinucleate condition means presence of more than one nucleus. Multinucleate condition. Due to why this kind of phenomenon we are observing means because of the endomitosis and free nuclear divisions respectively. So when endomitosis process and when free nuclear divisions are taking place, endomitosis means it is a kind of mitosis, and free nuclear divisions means here after karyokinesis process there is no chance to the process of cytokinesis, or the cytokinesis process is not taking place. At the time we will observe the free nuclear divisions. CBSE students, this one I have explained while explanation of endosperm. Endosperm, suppose initially how it will be. So first of all that will be divided free nuclear division. So later when that is only for example tender coconut water I have taken now. So tender coconut water will be there. So that one later will be converted into white kernel. So because of the process of cytokinesis, likewise we have seen now. So likewise here also. So how this particular diploid cells, how it will be converted into polyploid and multinucleate condition means because of the endomitosis and because of the free nuclear divisions. Our knowledge point of view, cell will be divided by two processes or two divisions. One is karyokinesis and one more is cytokinesis, isn't it? Karyokinesis process occurring, but that particular process is not followed by cytokinesis. At the time only we will observe the free nuclear divisions. Next one, ipo paringa. This is important bit related to the middle layers and the tapetum. This is important. Try to be here, concentrate here. Ipo paringa. Tapetum absorbs food from the middle layers. You see there. Actually here we have studied which one. Tapetum is the innermost layer which acts as a nutritive tissue. Likewise we see no. So here this particular tapetum absorbs the food materials from the middle layers. So here the middle layers are there. So thereby here in this gap here we can write one more point. What is the point? So these middle layers, middle layer parenchymatous cells stores the food materials. We have written now middle layers cells definitely made up of with the parenchymatous cells. These parenchymatous cells now here I must see here by the process of endomitosis and free nuclear divisions. So here what are the processes? So definitely here the diploid tapetum cells converted into polyploid condition. Now here tapetum cells or the tapetum tissue absorbs the food materials from these middle layers. So thereby here first of all we must see the storage of food materials process, everything occurring in the middle layers. From the middle layers food materials are transporting to the tapetum. At the time only this particular tapetum cells are like acting as a nourishment tissue or the nutritive layer. So that is a point I would like to give more and more in this particular class. Next one, so next one, and provides nutrition to the microspore mother cell. Which one? This particular tapetum provides some food materials to the developing microspore mother cells or developing microspores. Later the tapetum cells disappears in the matured cells. So once you see there, middle layers also will not be present in matured anthers and tapetum cells also will not be present in matured anther. Either rendume irukadu. So in matured anther we could not see the presence of middle layers as well as tapetum. So these two members will be degenerated before the before maturation of anther. Next one, before degeneration of cells of the tapetum. This is one more point important once you see. So before degeneration of cells of the tapetum, so before degeneration of cells of the tapetum, they form special granules like pro-ubisco bodies in the cytoplasm. It is very very important. So here what is the point now? When these particular cells, so when these tapetum cells are going to be degenerated, why? Because they must be degenerated. Why? Because they will not be present in a matured anther now. They will be disappeared. At the time, what is happening before degeneration of these cells? What is happening now? They form specialized granules or special granules. So these granules are we will be calling as pro-ubisc bodies. Pro-ubisc, UBISCH bodies. Pro-ubisc bodies in the cytoplasm of tapetum cells. Point you understood? Enna point in while degeneration, before the degeneration of tapetum cells, within the cells special granules na chinna like starch granules means powder madre, how you will see powder particles, chalk piece particles, do you know? Likewise here also special granules of formation takes place. These body particles only or granules only we will be calling as pro-ubisco bodies in the cytoplasm. Next one here. So now here what is the point mainly we have to be discussed now. So here they are surrounded by so here the ubisco bodies and everything are surrounded by sporopollenin. So definitely all these are all surrounded by sporopollenin. Now they are called ubisco bodies. Like a special granules are there in the tapetum, but on the spot only we should not call them as ubisco bodies. When that particular ubisco bodies or pro-ubisco bodies are covered by sporopollenin, so at the time only we will be calling those granules as ubisco bodies. Ubisco bodies and pro-ubisco bodies must be surrounded by the sporopollenin. At the time pro-ubisco bodies we will be calling as ubisco bodies. Pro remove suppose if sporopollenin layer form avana pro remove ayyi ubisco form avu. Simple da. So these ubisco bodies only we will be calling by orbicules. One more name orbicules are nothing but ubisco bodies which are present in the tapetum cells. So finally what is happening? At last tapetum degenerates. Ubisco bodies in a tapetum cells only. Now finally what is happening? At last tapetum degenerates and ubisco bodies are released into the pollen sacs. Pollen sacs tapetum ulledano pollen sacs are there. So now what are the tapetum cells are degenerating? At the time while degeneration of tapetum cells, all ubisco bodies are released into the pollen sacs. Ubisco bodies are released into the pollen sacs. Now let us start to discuss the functions of tapetum. Now provides nutrition to the microspore mother cell or pollen mother cell, MMC or PMC. Definitely functions point of view, functions of tapetum point of view. So these particular tapetum cells provides nutrition to the microspore mother cell or pollen mother cells and developing pollens. So suppose if a food materials full so definitely starts to prepare the pollens in a pollen mother cells or microspore mother cells. Next point secretion of enzymes and hormones. So here what are the enzymes or what are the hormones or what are the particular chemical compounds are required because of the presence of or because of the activity of tapetum, all will be produced. Next one, secretion of sporopollenin. So definitely secretion of sporopollenin also is under the control of tapetum cells. Next one, formation of ubisco bodies. Now only we seen. Next one, secretion of pollen kit substances. Next one, secretion of pollen kit substances formation also, everything will be under the control of which one? Tapetum cells. Tapetum cells definitely helps in a different kind of activities. First one more time let us see. One is helps in or providing of nutrition and nutrition to the pollen grains or pollens. Next one, secretion of enzymes or hormones. Next one is secretion of sporopollenin and formation of ubisco bodies and secretion of pollen kit. One time paathu koda adi enna secretions three points are there. Secretion of enzyme hormone, secretion of sporopollenin and secretion of pollen kit substances. And what are those? Formation of ubisco bodies and one more is provides nutrition to the microspore mother cell or pollen mother cell. Total 5 points, 5 functions are there related to the tapetum. Next point is pollen sacs. So microsporangium we will be observing now. So there. So what are the main important points are there now? Now let us see the microsporangium. pollen sacs. Now 4 pollen sacs are there. If you take a tetrasporangiate anther, no, definitely there we will observe the in 4 corners of that particular anther, no, 4 pollen sacs we can find out, no. So 4 pollen sacs are present in the anther, and inside the pollen sacs microspores. Microspores means pollen grains all are present, are formed by the meiotic division of microspore mother cells or pollen mother cells. So in our knowledge point of view, so we have discussed. So what is the point we discussed? Definitely, suppose if one microspore mother cell involved in involved in meiotic division, means definitely at the time, no, 4 pollen grains of formation takes place, or 4 microspores of formation takes place. Likewise we see, means here one microspore mother cell, one microspore mother cell or pollen mother cell undergo meiotic division and results in the formation of 4 microspores. 4 microspores only, no, we are calling as a tetrad. Microspore tetrad or pollen tetrad we are calling, no, adida. Next one, as each cell of the sporogenous tissue. This sporogenous tissue, which one? Microspore mother cells. But microspore mother cells before structure we will be calling as a sporogenous tissue. Easily I will tell you. Suppose when the anther in young stage, anther when it will be in young stage, no, there homogeneous tissue, suppose if the cells are morphologically dissimilar, means we could not distinguish, means or all cells are seems to be same, means such kind of cells we will be calling as homogeneous cells. Now this homogeneous sporogenous tissue is present. This particular homogeneous sporogenous tissue develops into so ipo tissue on a group of cells only, no, ipo homogeneous sporogenous cell, if you take there, no, each and every particular sporogenous tissue converted into microspore mother cell. Ipo idi sporogenous tissue is capable of gives rise to microspore tetrad. So this sporogenous tissue convert microspore mother cells or pollen mother cell. If pollen mother cell capable of giving of microspore tetrad. Tetrad means 4 pollen grains together we will be calling as a tetrad, no, adi formation of. Each one is a potential. Pollen mother cell, mother cell. Okay, pollen mother cell having a potentiality or potential pollen mother cell or which one? Microspore mother cell, pollen mother cell, definitely microspore mother cell or potential pollen mother cell. So whatever it is, definitely gives which one? One tetrad or microspore tetrad. This is a small information related to the introduction information. So next one, now let us see the information how it will be the development. So what is the development of the particular anthers or the microsporogenesis or the formation of a pollen grain. So how it will be, let me give you some more information. So here I didn't write, I could not write complete information. Why? Because due to the lack of board. So in the next video also definitely I will come with super information. So whatever the books I am following, just you keep it beside. What is the information I am giving to you, that one you try to save in your mind. I will refer different types of materials and I will gather the information, but you try to believe me, and what is the information I am myself carrying to you, that information mattum try to learn. So definitely our subject point of view you will be in a good position. Right, now let us start to discuss development of anther or microsporogenesis. Now a group of cells which are located before formation of this entire one. So initially what is happening, adida. Right, now let us start. A group of cells which are located just below the epidermis in a vertical rows of a hypodermal region at the 4 corners become large. This is what is the information I have written. No, now paringa small rough diagram is this line irukka, this line yarana epidermis. Now epidermis kile what is a layer is there, hypodermal region is there, no, hypodermal region. So we will be taking as how ஆமாம். ஸோ இங்கே in a hypodermal region அப்படின்னா beneath of or below the epidermis on 4 corners, so 4 regions, no. So what is our 4 regions, no? Cells are become large. So here what are the cells become large, no? All these cells we will be taking as archaeosporial cells. ஏம்மா இப்போ பாருங்கள். ஸோ ஹியோ இது யங் ஆந்தர் இப்போ தான் ஜஸ்ட் ஜென்ரேஷன் அண்ட் எவ்ரி திங் growth and everything is started. இப்போ what is happening? So epidermis கீழே just below the epidermis few specialized cells are there. All these cells become large and these are all present at 4 corners of the epidermis. So these 4 cells we will be calling as archaeosporial cells. These archaeosporial cells later what was happened, no? Now let us see. Archaeosporial cells divide periclinally. Divide periclinally என்ன? So what is the meaning, no? Periclinally அப்படின்னா suppose one cell இருக்கிறேன், அது one cell transfer section how we will do, like a parallel to that. So likewise suppose if one section if you observe means or suppose if you are finding means, so definitely that particular division we will be calling as like periclinal. இப்போ ஒரு செல் இருக்குமா parallel cutting only or parallel division of cell only, periclinal. So next one periclinally to form at the time இப்போ one particular cell இருக்குமா archaeosporial cell. இது archaeosporial cell one cell கட் ஆகும்னா parallelly கட் ஆகும். இப்போ one cell இருக்குமா இங்கே இது one cell இந்த மாதிரி கட் ஆகும் periclinally to form. How to form primary parietal cells and primary sporogenous tissues. இப்போ one cell 2 cells are divided ஆகும். அப்போ அங்கே one cell name is primary parietal cell and another cell name is primary sporogenous cell. Easy தானா? Next one இப்போ இங்கே primary parietal cells are there, no? These primary parietal cells undergo further periclinal division. One more time periclinal division ஆகும் and anticlinal division. Next one means in primary parietal cells, no, two kinds of division. One is periclinal division and one more is anticlinal division. Anticlinal division என்னன்னா perpendicular, the division which is perpendicular to the adjacent layer of the cells. Perpendicular to the adjacent layer. So perpendicular to the adjacent layers means there one more easy one. Once you see there, cleavage at right angles to the tissue. So means definitely, so what is a tissue or what are the cells are there, no? To that cells, no, right angle cutting. Okay, anticlinal division to form a series of 3 to 5 layered making the walls of the anthers. Means simple adu enna point na. So first of all archaeosporial cell is there. This particular archaeosporial cell divides periclinally upon 2 cells of formation taking place. One is primary parietal cells and one more is primary sporogenous cells. Ipo primary parietal cells what these cells again undergo furtherly and further division periclinal and anticlinal division to form a series of 3 to 5 layered making cell walls of the anther. So means when this particular primary parietal cells undergo periclinal division and anticlinal division, at the time, no, 3 to 5 layered cells formation takes place in the anther. All these cells later developed as endothelium, middle layers and tapetum. இப்போ பாருங்க endothelium, middle layers and tapetum, all these cells are developed from the primary parietal cells. These primary cells, no, primary parietal cells when undergo periclinal division and anticlinal division, automatically group of cells 3 to 5 layered group of cells formation takes place. So later all these cells, no, transformed into or developed into endothelium cells, middle layers and tapetum cells. So this is some more information I can give related to the which one of anther. My dear students, still lot of information to be discussed. So same information only let us continue in next class. thank you and be safe at home. Amma request adi enna just 30 minutes video only we are sending now, so that 30 minutes video also, if you have interest to write this particular entire information write பண்ணிக்கோங்க மா சரியா. again like by referring of 3 or 4 materials, so generally you will not get a time to write like that. That's why, so what is the information we are giving to you, so that information try to maintain on a notebook and try to write down this entire videos information there. At least neat videos if you write down there means definitely subject knowledge will be increased. Emma, take care and be safe at home.